Hey guys, Boy Builds Bricks, and welcome into a review for LEGO set 76192 Avengers Endgame Final Battle. The set contains 527 pieces and is recommended for ages 8 plus. Personally, I think that is a good age rating. I think the set is one of the easier Infinity Saga sets to build. But before we get into the build and the functions, let's get into the minifigures. So the first figure I want to show you guys is the Captain America minifigure. And I think this is one of the best Captain America LEGO figures, or minifigures, LEGO has ever made. I don't know if this is an exclusive figure. The torso is probably, maybe exclusive. I am not sure. I don't pay attention to quite that much stuff. But I think it is cool that they have given him Mjolnir. As we find out in Avengers Endgame, he is worthy to wield it. He also has his shield with the awesome new version of it with the, well, not new, I think it originated in 2019 in the Captain America motorcycle set. But I love how it's gray on the back. I wish they would put some strap detailing on the back, but I think that's a little too advanced for LEGO to do that. Then on the back of his suit, you see the strap that goes over his shoulders. That makes kind of an X with the metal part in the middle. And then the front star is awesome with those 5 lines meeting in the middle. And then on his helmet, of course, there's the A for America. Then on the side, we have the wings that, I don't know what they were supposed to represent. Maybe the eagle, an eagle's wings, because the bald eagle is the American bird. But overall, a really awesome figure. So yeah, this figure is definitely one of the better ones. But he does have another face, and you'll need to put his other hairpiece on him. That is this hairpiece, the one that they used to use for Peter Quill. Oh, dang it. As you just saw, the hairpiece fell behind my shelf, but it somehow magically hit the wall and bounced back under the shelf. So that was nice. So that's what he looks like on his face with the hairpiece. Again, you can see some of the chin strap from the other face peeking out. Like if I straighten it out a little better, you can still see some of that peeking out. I think that's fine. It looks fine. You're not going to be looking at it from like that unless you're doing a stop motion where he's facing the back. But you could always use another minifigure face if you wanted to. If you wanted to hide those chin strap peeking out. So yeah, I like his smirking face. It looks pretty good. And yeah, it's just overall a great figure. I think it's one of the better ones LEGO's made. I love his belt and everything. So yeah, the next figure. So the next figure we're going to be looking at is the Black Panther figure. And this figure I know for a fact is not exclusive. He came in the Black Panther Dragonflyer Infinity Saga set as well. That came out this year, 2021. But I love his power charged up outfit, and I love the back printing and the back face printing, and as always, I love the horns on top of his head. For some reason, some people put them in the front. I don't know why. This is how they were shown in the instructions. It looks better. And I love the eyes. They look very menacing. His face looks menacing. Looks kind of scary, like if he was coming out of Chitauri, they'd better be scared, because scary face. And I love the torso printing. I love the chain necklace that's on his suit. I love the sort of cross in the middle of his chest that meets at a diamond. And his legs are just plain black. I think they could have put some purple printing on them, but again, I don't think it devalues or takes away anything from the minifigure that much. And his arms and hands are all black, and so is that this piece on the top of his head with the horns or the ears for the panther. So I think that is a really nice figure, and probably the best Black Panther LEGO's ever made. That or the blue power charged up one that's not very accurate, but I still think it looks awesome. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this figure. On to the next figure. So the next figure we're going to look at is actually micro figure Ant-Man, or trophy figure. His head can fit in a regular minifigure's hands, and the bottom, which is a stud, it can fit on a stud, can also fit on a minifigure hand. But I think the torso printing is great there, and the leg printing, I'm surprised they got that on a micro or trophy fig this small. And I love the face printing. I think it looks like Ant-Man, or yeah, Ant-Man, regular Ant-Man when he's super duper tiny. So yeah, I just think that's a cool little mold that they do for these Ant-Man figures. Again, I do have the one in the Endgame suit, and I have the other one in the Civil War battle set. But I think this one is definitely a cool inclusion in the set, seeing as the ex-con van with the quantum portal is in the set. So yeah, on to the next figure. So the next figure we are going to look at is the Chitauri figure. And I do think that this Chitauri is a better Chitauri figure than the one that we got in the other Endgame sets. I think his face looks a little more bug-like. Not that I don't like the other Chitauri figure. That figure's awesome. I just think this one's a little better. You can see part of his chest, and he has light gray arms, and he has dark gray legs, and he has the stud shooter with the purple stud. I don't particularly like that they included a stud shooter in the Black Panther Dragonflyer set. They have a much better and longer, really cool gun or blaster or Chitauri, something, whatever you want to call it. And he has back head printing with some gold stuff that looks like hair, but I'm guessing it's just something that wraps around his head for some sort of purpose that I don't know. And on the back, you could see some of his skin. I don't know if that's clothing that he's wearing that's dark gray, or if that's just part of his skin. But the back printing, nevertheless, is still nice. And yeah, the front printing, again, with his Cheerios on top of his chest up there. They might not be Cheerios, but that's what they look like. On the Lego figure Echo's head, too. It kind of looks like Cheerios. That's what my sister always calls them. The guy with the Cheerios on his head. So, yeah. That's a cool little figure, Chitauri. It's nice that they included one. I think they could have included 2 or 3, seeing that there is thousands in the Avengers Endgame final battle, actually, and this is only the one of the 3 sets that we get them in, and in each set there's only one figure, so, of a Chitauri. So, again, a really cool figure. I love how all these figures are somewhat more new to 2021, except for the mini Ant-Man, and I think the Captain America might not be super new. But this figure is good nevertheless, so on to the next figure. Next figure we're going to take a look at is the Thor minifigure, or Bro Thor. He's not really called that in this set. He's called it in the Bro Thor's New Asgard set. And yeah, I love his torso printing. It is not exclusive. He is in the Guardians ship set too. He has plain black legs, gunmetal gray arms, and skin-colored hands. His hairpiece isn't tan now. It's light dark brown, as I like to call it. And yeah, again, his torso is nice with those 6 dots on it. I don't know what those are supposed to represent. Well, I do from the movies, but I don't know what they're called. And his axe, Stormbreaker, probably the best weapon in the set besides Captain America's shield and Thanos' giant butter knife, of course. But yeah, I love how they built his axe, Stormbreaker. I think it is a good size compared to the Mjolnir, which he says is super tiny. It's very big compared to that. It doesn't look very big, but really it is for a minifigure. So I think this is a awesome Mjolnir build. I mean, not Mjolnir, Stormbreaker build that they have been doing for a while now. And if I lift up his cape, you'll be able to see his back printing, which is very nice. And then if I switch around his face, you can see his lightning face, where he wants to be the god of thunder again, and he is just going to beat everybody up, because that's what Thor does, like Chitauri. So yeah, I think the Thor minifigure included in this set is probably the best Thor minifigure from the Infinity Saga, or one of the best Thor minifigures, period. So yeah, I think this is a very nice figure. On to the next figure. So the next figure we are going to look at is the Scarlet Witch, or Wanda Maximoff figure from the Avengers Endgame Final Battle. The face looks pretty nice. It does have an alternate face. I'll show you guys that later. This face is smiling, which I think is weird. Or, not weird, but the other face is smiling or kind of smirking too, which I think is a little weird. And again, I love the necklace that they show on her chest up there, and the torso printing is nice. Again, all of the Scarlet Witch torso printings are very nice. And on the back there, you can see her other face and the back printing. That's the back printing, just a bunch of lines, but there's her with the other face kind of smirking. And I find that a little odd, seeing that when she has this face on, she's usually kind of mad, like when she was taking apart Thanos' armor. And the legs are just plain black legs, no detailing whatsoever on those. And the arms are scarlet, are also, or maroon, or whatever color you want to call them. And then her hands are just the regular skin tone color. And the hair is a dark brown piece. So now I'll show you what she looks like with her powers on. So there's what she looks like with her powers on. You're going to want to switch her face to her face when she's using her powers. For some reason, I don't think LEGO understands Scarlet Witch, given that they've always given her pink powers or blue powers, which I think is very odd. Again, I think the thrust coming out of her feet that makes her fly with that new stand piece on the bottom looks very good. I think the powers would have looked a lot better in red, though. I love her shield blast piece in her left hand and her blast piece in her right hand. And you can put different powers on her. Like, it came with that whole bag of pink pieces, and these ones are the alternate ones that you can put on her hands. Those rod pieces with twists on them that came in the pink bag too, you don't use those in the set, which I find a little odd, seeing that they're pretty good pieces. Oh, this thing keeps shooting off. It's not supposed to. There we go. So I put her alternate powers on. I don't think these ones look as good. These ones are meant to be her throwing the pink or the red, the things that are the balls of power that she throws at Thanos, or the things that look like cannonballs that she throws at Thanos, but they're the color of her power. And yeah, I think this figure looks very nice. It's a exclusive figure again, and yeah, overall a very nice figure. So on to the next figure. And the next figure we're going to take a look at here is Iron Man. And I think this figure is one of the better Iron Mans also. I love this new suit with the sort of triangular arc reactor on it. And it's one of the nanotech suits. And the leg printing is really good. It has some gold stuff on it. I don't really know what that's supposed to be. Gold metal that wraps around his legs to give it more support or something. And then, yeah, I love how they made it maroon. I love how they make all the Iron Mans maroon, and in the movies they didn't just make it regular red. And I also love the face mask piece. I know on some of the older sets, or on these new sets, they were using this piece. Just this, it doesn't open, the flap. It's not the exact helmet, but I do have some sets with the exact helmet, but they're just not close. And that's his heads-up display face when he's in his suit. And if I take his helmet off and flip his head around, you can put his hairpiece that comes in the set on. And I think that's really cool that they included a hairpiece for all the figures that needed hairpieces besides their helmets. Except for T'Challa or Black Panther, which doesn't have a face. But yeah, this is a really cool figure overall. I love the Tony Stark face. I always love that smirk with the raised eyebrow. And I love how they had the yellow arms, like is more accurate to the newer films, and the red hands. And again, the back printing is super nice. I've noticed that it's a little similar to the Chitauri's. You can see that kind of similarity. I don't know why they did that so similarly. I mean, it's not super similar, just the overall design is just a little bit off from what the Chitauri thing was. So yeah, that is the Iron Man / Tony Stark figure. And now let's take a look at it with the repulsor ray and shield on. So there's the Iron Man with his repulsor rays and shield. And the shield is 2 stickers on this Nexo Knights shield piece. and some other piece that I don't really know the name of. And then he has a Power Blast piece. The set comes with 2 of those. And then he has the same stand as Scarlet Witch, just in blue, with 2 of these cylinders that are translucent blue. And yeah, I think those are really nice accessories for Iron Man. And I also forgot to mention, in the compound, there is a nano gauntlet that you can put on Iron Man. So on his right hand here, it's this mini one. It doesn't have any, there's no like stone prints in it, but it makes his hand a little bit bigger compared to the other hand. And I think that's nice that they included that. I do remember in one of the 4+ just regular Avengers sets, they had a gauntlet that size for Thanos, but it was gold. So yeah, I think this Iron Man is a really nice figure, and let's get on to the next figure. The last but not least figure we have is Big Fig Thanos, the new 2021 figure that is exclusive to this set. This is probably my favorite orientation of Thanos. I'm just bummed that they didn't give him a nano gauntlet and you still have to buy that dumb Hulk helicopter set that just retired a little bit ago to get the nano gauntlet for Thanos for the Big Fig. So, you could buy it for like $9 on eBay, but I don't really want to do that. And then, yeah, this brand new Thanos is awesome. He has a twistable head now, not like the old ones where the head had the helmet and it was just directly in place. But now he has a twistable head, which I think is nice. And the arm functionality, you can raise and lower, plus twist the hands like that. And then Thanos has his oversized butter knife. And later in the video, I want to show you something that's really weird with his oversized butter knife. That is just weird, and I think that's why a lot of people, or maybe not a lot of people, but some people decide to do this next thing. So you can also take apart the sword and then add one of these poles, because the set came with 3 poles, 1 extra and 2 for Thanos, so you could separate the sword and put them in his hands like swords. So I think that's really cool. I love the armor printing on him, and on his back, of course, there's studs, so you can put like Captain America in there standing, or put his feet in that groove. So yeah, I think that this is a very nice Thanos. This is probably my favorite one. And again, they also put leg printing, but yeah. This is definitely the best Thanos out of all of them. I love the moving head. Too bad they didn't include like a helmet piece that you could take off. But even if they did, you could not connect these two and put the helmet on top like he does in Endgame. Or connect the 2 swords and make his giant butter knife and put the helmet on top that he does in Endgame, because it's like 3 times taller than him and he wouldn't be able to reach it. But yeah, those are all the figures in the set. Now let's get on to the side build. So the side build in this set is the X-Con van from Avengers Endgame and Ant-Man and the Wasp. It might be in the first movie, just not with the quantum portal. So I think this is a very nice van build. It definitely looks like the X-Con van. There's X-Con stickers on the side. I saw some people were putting them on and had air bubbles in them. I don't have that problem. I don't care that they're not brown stickers and not clear. These windows on the back are also a sticker. One is plain and one has Ant-Man being followed by 2 ants, his wife and his daughter. And there's a spare tire wrapped. You cannot like unwrap it and have just a regular tire. It's just built so it looks like it's wrapped, but there's actually no tire under it. And the tires are nice. Drives very well, easily. And yeah, it just overall, it looks like a van, I think. And I love how they tried to do they tried to include the side, what is it? What are the lights on the front called? The headlights on the side. I don't think that worked out quite as well as they'd have wanted it to, but it looks fine. I don't really see why not to try. And these pieces for the windshield and stuff do get scratched when they're in the bags with the other pieces. When I got it, the windshield was scratched, and so were some of the windows on the compound building. And I thought that was kind of low quality products. I love Lego still, but I wish they just didn't get scratched. And another thing to talk about, if you take off these 2 6x6 panels in the van, you can fit a ton of guys in there. And when I say a ton, I mean a lot. Let's see, you can fit Scarlet Witch in there. I'll put her as the driver. And there, she's in there. I'm gonna put Black Panther in there. He's gonna be sitting behind her there. And then I'm also gonna put Captain America in there. And he can go right across from Black Panther. And then I can put Ant-Man in there. So that's just a little bit of what you can do. You could cram a bunch more figures in there if you wanted to, but there's just 3 plus a third of a figure as being little Ant-Man. And also another thing to mention, I was bummed when all these figures had these cool accessories, but when you're not using them, you have nowhere to put them. Put them right in the van if you're not using the van. Just stick them all in the van. They all fit. You do have to put them in a specific orientation. Not super specific. You just got to move them around a little bit to make them fit. It doesn't take too much time. But I think that's nice that you can do that. Then the last feature on here is kind of hidden. And again, I love the bumpers on there. The bumpers are the same in the front and the back. Is the quantum tunnel in the back. That is a sticker. It is not depth. If I put a thing in there, it is on the front. It can't do anything. There is this like dish piece that stops it from hitting on the on the bottom there and going too far in. But yeah, this is a very nice sticker. It is a pretty big sticker sheet, but I think that it looks amazing. And yeah, this van is a perfectly oriented version of the van from Avengers Endgame, and it looks just perfect. So yeah, this van is awesome, and now let's get on to the main build, the Avengers compound building. So the Avengers compound building is probably the best one that we've gotten. The other one was a little bigger with the garage, but I think this section right here is bigger with this one. And as you can see, there's a scratch on the window there. I don't really mind, but I think it would be better if there was no scratches. And in bag 1, you build this rubble and this cannon, which can do this and turn like that, and this rubble can do that. I don't really know if it's supposed to, but it can. And I forgot to mention, this is bag 4. There's only 4 bags in the set. The first one being these, then the second one being the first level, the second one being the top level, and the fourth one being the van. Let's talk about the outside a little bit. So this cannon over here is pretty nice. It's the first one I have, this giant one actually. And to activate this cannon and shoot it, you actually push that red thing on the back there. And I think it's nice that you can use this to also shoot Thanos. And you can shoot him. If he's not holding his giant swords, he will fall over. Let's see if I can do this. Knock him over. There we go, knocked him over. He fell on his back. And yeah, that's a really nice, whoops, I accidentally shot it there. So yeah, that is a really nice cannon build. And now for the rubble. This piece on the front is a sticker and of the Avengers logo, kind of battered and stuff, and you can see wires in it. And then there's a little rock under it. I think that looks very nice. I wish they would have put a sticker on that side too, so when you're looking at it from the back, you could see more. But I mean, it's not bad that they didn't. But I wish they did, so yeah. And I forgot to mention, in the front, there is a little, like, path there with a door where you can, oops, I broke this door handle off. Let's see if I can open it. Why isn't it opening? The door's not opening. Let's see if I can open it from the back. There we go. Now it's opening. And there is also a minifigure hand activator. As you can see, it's a minifigure hand. And to pretend it can get in, you just put the guy's hand up to it, then walk him into that hallway, which looks super sleek from the outside. And then, yeah, this door opens and closes pretty easily, like a regular door. And now I'll show you guys the back of the building, or the back of the compound building. And there is a jail cell for Thanos. You will have to take his weapons off, though. And when you're playing in the back, that's a good time to put everything in the van. Like the weapons, you can also put like the hair pieces or Iron Man's helmet in there. And you can fit Thanos in his jail cell and the Chitauri, which is really nice that you can fit both in the jail cell. I know it's not movie accurate, the jail cell, but I mean, there's a jail cell in the last one. Or not a jail cell, just a holding cell for the gauntlet. But, I mean, it's fine. It's a good play feature for kids. I don't use it that much because I have it on display. But I think it's nice if a kid wants to put Thanos in jail, like the Avengers beat him, since there's no gauntlet to snap, really. That's nice. Then in this other room at the bottom, we have this table with this Iron Man's keyboard, or Iron Man's, what's it called? Iron Man's computer that's at his house. So it's weird that it's at the compound, but yeah, that's at his house in the movie. Then in here is like the room where they make the nano gauntlet. These are all stickers. That's 3 stickers on there. Yeah, I think it looks nice. I like how it's translucent, so you can see the sticker through the side and through the back there. And yeah, it just goes on 2 jumpers, 2 2x2 light gray jumpers, and then there's a 2x1 silver shiny great piece. So you can do that with that, and then there is like a walkway into this room there, and you can walk through the hallway right into that room, and I think that's really cool. Then on the top here, there's a little rack over here it's like a bar to protect you from falling into the jail cell, and really you could just go in the back. I don't know why they didn't put something in the back too. Maybe just for looks, I don't know. But there is 2 guns, and these guns are pretty loose, like you can do this with them. Take them out, give them to the figures, but I don't see why these figures would need guns when they have superpowers and their weapons that they need. The next thing I want to show you guys is the table. So the table is a 4x4 circular piece with another circle that's see-through, then a 2x2 Avengers logo panel, and with 2 mugs, and this new, I don't know if it's new, but it looks nice, coffee cup piece. I thought that was just a round cylinder, like this piece, or the piece, like this piece, or the piece on Tony's thrusters, just a white one with a 1x1 circular panel on the top. But I guess not. And then in the back here, there is this plant. I think that looks nice. And then 3 seats. I wish they would turn them like that so the figures didn't get stuck on them and you could just easily take them out, instead of having them like that where the figures, if you keep them on there for too long, they just pull the seats out. Let's see if I can get it. There. Just pulled the seats out. But yeah, I think that's a nice room. I think this is movie accurate, seeing that Captain Marvel talks to them in that room in the movie. And then there is the hologram of Captain Marvel and Rocket. I don't know if you guys can see those super well, but those are holograms of Captain Marvel and Rocket, like when Black Widow's talking to them on hologram. There is no War Machine hologram, though, which I think is... They could have added one, but I mean, it's not necessary. And that's all for the top level. And I forgot to mention, there is a red panel and a green panel on here to see if red, nope, you can't come out. Green, yes, you can come out. You can switch those around if you want. I just keep them like that, though, because I think it looks better. And then, if I turn the set around, you can do this with the window on both sides, but just don't, because that's not how it's supposed to do. That's not how it's supposed to go, I should say. There's like this loudspeaker on the top, this piece with 3 speakers on it, like a smokestack or a chimney over here, and then a satellite dish that can move in a bunch of ways. And yeah, I think that's really cool. There's this purple piece in it that makes it look like it's doing something. I don't really know what it would be doing, but that's what it makes it look like. And yeah, I think this is the better compound building that we have gotten in the past, 3 years, because there's only been 2 compound buildings that have been made, and I think, yeah, this is the better of the 2, definitely. But yeah, this is my favorite Infinity Saga set, and I think overall, yes, it is worth $70. I know the price per piece isn't great, being that it's 527 pieces. It probably should have been $59.99, but I think the price on it is perfectly fine because it is a great playset for all the Marvel fans who wanted a Thanos like this and an X-Con van and just a better compound. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. And make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more content. Bye.